o'clock, right on the button. So let's get it moving and let's get it started. Welcome to the biggest little city in the world, or as we call it, the new home of USA Boxing for the next 8 days. 1,500 of us will populate this great property here, the Grand Sierra Hotel and Casino. And I want to welcome everyone here this morning as we kick off the next generation of champions, and this is the foundation building part of this. This has been a great ride. Mike McAtee, Mike Campbell, Abby Smith, Taryn, the whole staff, Ryan Taylor, Jeremy. This has been an incredible journey, and today we're in Reno. And this truly is a remarkable starting point for what becomes the foundation of what will happen in a few months and then in a year in Tokyo. So we call it building the next generation of champions. So this is truly the ground floor. What happens here today for these elite boxers will become historical. We have a story here to tell with one of our boxers. And before I get into it, I want to, first of all, welcome up here the guy that goes through this every day. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he does it. To administer to over 30,000 boxers, we're approaching 2,000 clubs, close to 10,000 coaches, officials, and 1,800 events nights. Our executive director, Mike McAtee.
Good morning, everyone. It's great to be here in Reno, and like Al says, you know, the biggest little city. I can tell you, on behalf of USA Boxing, our board of directors, and Al made a great point, and I want to just capitalize on it. You know, we have partnerships, and our partnerships start with our local boxing committees, that we have our leaders there, we have officials, we have coaches, and we all partner to support one thing, and that's young people. I've been asked before, what does boxing give? Why do people box? What do they give? And I will tell you, in today, or at the end of this week, we will have 26 boxers who have punched their ticket for the Olympic trials. That's pretty good. But more importantly, the over 900 boxers that registered, we're close to 800 that are here to compete, we give them hope. Think about that. 32,000 boxers, 26 are going to the Olympic trials, but every day, a boxer, a boy, a girl, a man or a woman, get up every morning and their life is being changed by this great sport. And we can't do that unless we have great partners. And we have great partners with GSR and the Reno CBB, because they've opened their arms up to us, they've opened it up to our boxing family, and this is going to be our home for 8 days this year and 8 days next year. And we are proud to be partners with the city of Reno in this great facility. So we can't do it without our coaches, we can't do it without our officials, we can't do it without our administrators, but we definitely can't do it without great partners and hosts like here in Reno. So I'd like for you all, and we have a lot of coaches and boxers out here, give yourselves a big hand, but more importantly, let's give a big hand to our hosts for the next 8 days. Boxing's a journey. So this journey starts tonight at 6 o'clock. It is the second tournament, which the United States Olympic Committee has dubbed USA Boxing's Olympic Qualifying Series. USA Boxing's Olympic Qualifying Series. And I want you to think about that, because that's a step, a huge role. But more importantly, if we're going to fast forward 10 years, 16 months from now, 10 years, we will be looking for LA 2028. The 8 and 9 and 10-year-olds that are competing at this tournament make the foundation for our Olympic team in 2028. Boxing is a living, breathing organization, and it never stops. 1,800 boxing events. We do more boxing at USA Boxing than all professional boxing combined. And we do that with great coaches, great boxers, and great officials. So I'm happy and excited to be part of that program. You're going to hear from a couple of aspiring, not only they've already accomplished great levels of being boxers, they're great people. They have a story that I'm sure you all are going to want to hear. One of them, Amado Vargas, comes from a great lineage. His father is an Olympian, and he's here, and he's giving back, and he runs his own gym. And then we also have Christine Cruz, and she has a great story. She's been in the gym for years. She understands the sacrifice, and they're going to be able to give you some perspective on what their journey is about and why this tournament is so important to them. The other great part about this is it's going to be amazing boxing. Amazing from our 8, 9, and 10-year-olds all the way to our elite boxers. And we call elite because it's an age division. But I will tell you, the young people that will be competing here in Reno for the rest of this week are all elite in their own right. So I know that we're excited to start boxing. We're excited to start this relationship even more in our partnership with the city of Reno. But more importantly, I think you all need to hear some of the stories that USA Boxing does. Not only, like Al says, start the next generation of champions, but quite frankly, make champions in and out of the ring. So with that, thanks, Al.
So before we get into the belly of the beast, so to speak, I want to thank Mike for all the time he gives. He presented me this morning with the tie from the Mongolian Boxing Federation. And without something in return, I want to give Mike a little gift that I got for him recently. I want him to wear it because he's a Kansas City Chiefs fan. And he has an official pride. Well deserved. And there you go.
I hope it's not
Yes, it's very hard to believe that the Patriots won that game, but they did. Okay, moving right along, and Mike alluded to the fact that you need partners, and partners are great to have because in business, you can't do it alone. And here we are in this great city, Reno, the state of Nevada. Great landscape, beautiful weather, by the way. I sunned yesterday.
Ordered just for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that because I'm a sun guy. I'd like to introduce the CEO of the Reno Sparks Convention and Business Authority, Mr. Phil Dillon.
Good morning. Welcome to Reno Tahoe. On behalf of our entire destination, I wish to welcome all of you to USA Boxing's Western Elite Qualifier and Regional Open here at the fabulous Grand Sierra Resort. This is a great hotel. It has a wonderful staff and great management. And when you're not boxing or training, I hope you get out and enjoy some of their amenities here. There are so many of you represented here at this hotel this week. Fully 920 boxers and 545 coaches and officials. A huge record crowd. So again, welcome to our city. This destination has a long, long history with boxing. As far back as 1910, 109 years ago, Jack Johnson faced Jim Jeffries here in Reno for what was then dubbed the fight of the century. Johnson just drugged Jeffries, but it took 15 rounds, and when the match was called, it saved Jeffries the agony of an eventual knockout. This rich legacy that we have with boxing lives on through you, America's best and finest athletes, and those are the folks that are represented here this week. And several of you this week, as was mentioned a little earlier, will qualify for the Olympic trials. That's such a great achievement, and I wish all of you the very, very best of success in chasing that illustrious dream. Again, thanks for visiting Reno Tahoe. We look forward to seeing USA Boxing here again next year, and good luck to all of you.
So, a little official, unofficial business before I introduce our two very gifted boxers. We have a gentleman with us, and I asked him to come by because Mike does it every day, and the other Mike does it every day. So we have a pair of mics that just put this glue factor together. And I want to point out Mike Campbell. You see him on the arena floor. He's the nuts and bolts guy that really picks the cities, makes the deals, communicates with Taryn. They put all the magic together, and that's how we end up in Reno. And Madison, and Columbus, and Oxnard, and Lake Charles. And I get the pleasure of going to each city and spending time with these guys because this is truly a remarkable sport. Amateur boxing is like none other. It really is. And I was thinking last night, I was sitting and saying to myself, I understand how I found myself in the Little League and how people take their kids to Pop Warner football and Pee Wee hockey, but this is a unique environment. People are driving here. Families are coming here. You're flying in here. You're spending a week here. The economic impact is probably $1.5 million or more. And it's all a tribute to what Mike said. It's about this organization and the aspirations that you have to become the best at what you do. I also want to point out that the Alumni Association is alive and well. And one of our esteemed original board advisor members, I want to single him out. He's a grassroots guy, started in Atlantic City Pal as a judge, went on to a terrific career as a judge, just sat on the bench, and then he became a boxing Hall of Fame referee. We all know him as Double S, Steve Smoger. Steve is a rare commodity in boxing today at this level because he takes his time to be part of this and interacts with all you people. And I think it's important to know that he started at the grassroots level just like all of us. And in tandem to that, Nicole and the Alumni Association, Chris Truglieri, have put together a wonderful study hall. And I was looking there this morning waiting and hoping, and sure enough, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 students are in there studying. And Steve and I will be in the room off and on during the week. So I implore you, especially younger folks, if you have some homework that you brought with you, there's a great study hall in there with computers, and it's a classroom setup, so you'll be able to catch up on your studies. And now we come to what this is all about. This is all about passion, it's about training, it's about commitment. I first want to introduce a 2-time bronze medalist world champion, Christina Cruz.
I'm very excited to be here, a little nervous being on this podium. I prefer a metal podium. A little bit about my story. It's not your typical boxer story where I started at the age of 7 or 8 years old. I actually started boxing at the age of 22 and made the national team at the age of 23, so I've been on the national team for a little over 8 to 10 years. I got to watch the program grow into what it is right now, especially for the women, from being athletes that weren't getting paid to now getting paid as an elite female athlete, and very happy to have been a part of that group to make it happen. So thank you guys for allowing us to show our skills here, allowing us to express ourselves in the ring, and I'm just ready to fight. Excited to fight at this new weight division. I'm an 8-time national champ at 119 pounds. I moved up to 125 to the Olympic weight, so very honored to be here. Thank you.
Now we talk about a situation that's rather interesting. It truly embraces the journey of a father who in 1996 represented the United States Olympic boxing team in Atlanta. And now here we are, mathematically speaking, 23 years later, and the journey for Amado Fernan Vargas begins today. He's making his debut in the elite division, and I think he needs a nice round of applause because his road ahead is a tough one.
This is who he's facing.
First and foremost, I want to thank God. I want to thank Mike Campbell for allowing me to speak, and as well as Brian. I'm very excited, and I'm very passionate about this sport. My father, was once an Olympian, former 3-time world champion, and I'm just excited, and I'm ready for what's to come. And this is a big step for me. I'm fighting elite now, so now I'll be able to compete towards the Olympics, and I'm excited and I'm ready. And I'm just gonna go in there and have fun. That's what it's about. Have fun, and if you put the work in, you shouldn't worry. So, I'm excited, and I just want to thank everybody for being here, and the people that support me. Thank you guys as well, and God bless you guys. Thank you.
Okay, the table's set, and at 6 p.m. tonight, what do they say at NASCAR? Start your engines. Boxing begins, and just a little homework here, a little backup work. 6 o'clock tonight, again tomorrow from noon to 4, 6 to 10 tomorrow night. Repeat the cycle till we get to Friday. Friday it's in the afternoon, Mike, I believe, and then Friday night we can all let our hair down. And we're going to do some bowling here, courtesy of the Grand Sierra Resort Casino. And I want to throw a challenge out there. I want to make some money for the Alumni Association. Steve Smoger's putting a team together to bowl against my team. So if anybody knows how to bowl, see me before Friday, because the losing team has to kick into the Alumni Association. In addition to that, I just want to congratulate all of you for being here. Wish you all the best at what you do, and always give the best at what you do, and good stuff will happen. Thank you again for coming out today.
That's the last time anybody asked me. Seriously. I actually, because of all this, screwed it up. Can you get him extra copies? Yeah. I'll just let you know. I can one of these. I'll get it.